into the final hour of our event today, and we are now going to look on a specific topic area, an area I think that marketeers can no longer doing without, is CRM, Customer Relationship Management. And for this, I would like to welcome two people to this stage. One person you already know. It's perfect. One person you already know, it's the charming host of this event, Jessica Koch, you already know. And Jessie is in company with her colleague, Thomas Wrobel. Thomas is Vice President Data, BI and CRM at Douglas. And together they are now going to explain how CRM is used in a retail media context. So the stage is yours. Feel free to start. Good luck, good joy, much joy, and see you later, Jessica.
Thanks, Jens.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hello again. Late in the afternoon. I hope you're still refreshed and had a cup of coffee. Thomas, I'm super happy that you can be here with us today because you're the ultimate king of CRM. I like to say that. And today we want to talk about CRM in the context of retail media activation. So maybe for starters, to warm up the audience, you could tell us a little bit about the Beauty Card program. How big is it? And is it even relevant in Europe?
Well, I would say yes. But first, thanks of all for the invitation. So glad to be here. And usually we're more in the machine room of everything. So I would say somehow we're also part of the heart of the whole retail media business, as we're probably the ones empowering what you do. And as you said, yeah, for that we have to be relevant. So we're across, I would say, most of the European countries. So at least all countries where you see a Douglas store or an OCB store in France. I'm not sure about the number, to be honest. It must be something like 26 different countries that we're having.
Wow.
It's one of the biggest programs in Europe. So I think it's number 3. So we have obviously Payback, which is quite big. Miles and More, some people probably heard of, is even bigger. So from the programs that report publicly, we're number 3, having something like around 45 million beauty cards. Obviously, it's more or less women-dominated, which I think you see also in the industry. We have good turnover that we see. We see customers coming back and forth all the time. We have great mix of customers in terms of where they shop, what they shop. So we have online customers, offline customers, most importantly also omni-channel customers. So we can not only see the impact of a customer, what he's doing an online, but also an offline, can connect the dots in between there. It's a fully integrated system. And as said, it's male-dominated. It's different categories they buy. Female-dominated.
Female-dominated.
But the males
the
males are catching up. So male year-over-year growth, the last 3 years is 50%.
So
we're coming from 8 to 12.
All male watchers, please sign up for the beauty card. We need more guys on that beauty card.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, Thomas, I must say. So that's really cool. And I read on the slide before, it's every 3rd household in Europe holding a beauty card. Is that true?
If you take the number of cards, so 45 million cards by the household, it's a little bit more than every 3rd. So it's also massively growing. And with a change of our whole platform strategy and business and unifying the programs, we also see more and more people getting a beauty card, using the beauty card, seeing the benefits of that, which is the customer side of things. And then obviously we have the B2B side of things. You guys participate from that. So we get more and more data points, not only classically from the offline world, but also now fully integrated in the online world that we can use to remarket customers, to engage with customers, giving benefits to the B2B world, but also give something back to the customers.
Cool.
So it's a win-win for everyone.
And could you maybe comment a little bit on the different channels? So what are the channels, how we can reach our beauty card customers?
Yeah, sure. So classically, the beauty card program in Germany, for example, is more than 30 years old. Most people don't know. I'm 38. The beauty card program is nearly my age. So it exists already when I was not on this world. But there were some smart people in Douglas already seeing the value of a loyalty program and a CRM program to build all of that. And therefore, there was a huge focus on the whole offline world. So we can use the cashier screen in store to engage with the customer, so to do also now recommendations, for example. Things like we were one of the first companies in the world putting advertising on the receipt, so using the space in the lower area of that, or use it for for vouchers, use it for promotions, but also sell it, for example, to some industry partners, or also some partners that are not directly affiliated to Douglas. Used more channels like more the classical channels, print. We started doing our own magazine, so the Beauty Card magazine in Germany, which is also available in other markets. So we're constantly rolling these things out. Looking at all the different channels that we're now having, or growing channels. So when it comes to app push, we're using our app to also advertise in there and also personalize in there. And then we have channels which are obviously there, like email. What else is there? SMS is there in some markets, and it's really important. So the more you go to the southern markets, SMS is more important. So we're really trying to use every single channel. I think in total the main channels we're having is 11, but as said, email is one of the most important ones. First of all, it's a really personal kind of communication channel that you have, and you can have highly engaging content in there.
That sounds impressive, I must say. I also heard once that a beauty card magazine is the biggest beauty card magazine in Germany when we consider the printouts. I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know, to be honest. It might be, because I don't know much more magazines, but probably the total amount of magazines we're sending out in a year is not that many, but we have it quarterly out. It goes to more than 2 million customers.
Wow, that's a lot, 2 million.
I'm not sure if there's something from all these women
I
magazines.
think
I don't know
is.
most of them, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. You must ask your wife then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say, I mean, if we look at this funnel here, I mean, the different touch points that you just came up with from the Beauty Card magazine, which is more about reach, and then the email, which is super important. Do you think there is a white spot for brands?
Yeah. So, I mean, how it all started is that we protected everything. We said, okay, we as a retailer, we own it, we own the customer. Well, we're not exactly owning the customer, but we're trying to own the access to the customer. And we said, okay, well, let's take the different steps that you have in your funnel and re-engage how we can do it best, get better, get smarter, use our data internally, optimize our magazine, our newsletters, our app pushes, the whole My Douglas area on the website, the receipt, so that we use that data. And then we started with you in retail media and also some older WKZ corporations.
Yeah.
We said, okay, we open it more and more. We open it up to the industry, that the industry can participate in their leverage in it, and also design it their way. That's a little bit like more co-branded thing.
Yes.
But there's one thing where we really said, okay, that's something that we as a retailer keep for ourselves, which is somehow, you call it the restricted zone. That it's probably our last unicorn that we're not sharing. It's the whole area of repurchase, it's the whole area of cross repurchases, what kind of intelligence we're using when people repurchase. As said, we have a lot of data points. I can predict, for example, when you need a new lipstick, because I have for example, for 12 years, I have your profile. When you buy lipstick, how often you buy it. And I would say plus minus 2 days, I can tell you when you need your new lipstick. But I also know when you're missing out, when I'm missing out to contact you, then you go somewhere else, because sometimes you say, okay, I'm a promotion-based shopper. From you, I know you do. So you often use promotions.
Am I?
Yeah, it's a member, or not a member promotion, but you're an employee, so you constantly get a promotion. But with that promotion,
that's true.
We see in the data that you use promotions. So we say, hey, before Jessica goes somewhere else, we can tell her, hey, come back, go to Douglas, here's your promotion for your lipstick, because we know you need it. And beforehand, there's even more communication we can do, that we can start warming up, that we can upsell, that we can probably cross-sell other products. And as said, that was limited to Douglas. We used that power for ourselves, and from what I understood now is that you want to open it, or we fought hard. I said, I don't give it away. You said, I want it.
Yes,
someone wanted, was not me.
Who has been winning
here?
Yeah,
not me.
I did. Yeah, no, we're kidding a little bit, but it's true that it has been a very strategic decision for the company, and we've been discussing a lot whether we should really give access to one of the most valuable assets, and that's definitely the existing buyers and reactivating on the existing buyers. So from the moment on that we have decided all together at Douglas that we do that, I said, okay, this is one situation, and you just came up with, that shouldn't happen. That's the moment when the user thinks about repurchase. And this situation, so let's maybe imagine, is a Wednesday evening, 6 o'clock. You have your date night with your wife, she's getting ready, and then she realizes all of a sudden her mascara is empty. This is something that you can't prevent, can you?
I can. For my wife, it's not that important. We're married, so I don't care how she looks.
Okay.
It's more about the inside. So after
I
a
assume
couple of
she's always pretty, no?
after more than 10 years, it's more about the inside, not the outside. When you have
Okay.
kids and everything
Good husband.
changes. But it's still really nice when she looks a little bit nicer. Then it's not this typical we go out, it's a special thing. Yeah, but coming back to your question, obviously, yeah, we can do that. So as said, we have data points. We don't not only have data points about you, we have data points in Germany for 15 million people, what kind of products they buy. We can identify patterns. We have machine learning in there to identify these patterns automatically, to update them also. We use artificial intelligence to predict also events that might change or that could influence, for example, Black Friday, which is coming up, Singles Day, when there's a huge promotion. This can influence your repurchase cycle, as for example, and also from the amount of products that people do. So there's a huge amount of data points that we're collecting in the online world, obviously also in the offline world, connecting these dots and do predictions. As you pointed out here for the Clarins cream, 8 to 12 weeks. Yeah, it might be 8 weeks, but it might be at a different time. It might also be 11 weeks, and it might be even shorter because there's a special event in between, Mother's Day, whatever. So we're constantly updating that on, I would say, even a daily base to predict for every single customer when's the right moment to recontact the customer to repurchase a certain product. And we also do predictions when it comes into promotions, how affine they are to promotions, if there's other products that they might want to buy as well. Also, we're making from time to time the decision to say, hey, better buy it online or better buy it offline.
Cool.
They have data points when it comes to how far is the store away where you bought it last time to where you're located. Let's say you live somewhere in the middle of Sauerland. The people from North Germany who don't know Sauerland, it's somewhere in Germany where it takes at least 1 hour to find the next Autobahn. So it's quite far away. There's not many Douglas places in.
That's true.
And there it's better to say, hey, buy it online, you get it delivered next day or 2 days later, rather than saying, hey, get your car, drive for 1.5 hours, buy it and drive back. So we're using all of these different data points to make it as easy and seamless as possible for you to rebuy the product. But
And I think it's not only about rebuying, because that's super important, especially for categories like skincare or categories like foundation. But it's not only that, and you said that before, Thomas, and I found that super interesting. So basically what we can do is to really build the most of the common use cases that a brand would like to activate. So one of them is repurchase of the finished product that customer has bought already. The other one is to really push into the skincare routine. So for example, if your wife has bought biothermal blue therapy serum, then it would be super cool if she would buy as well the day cream or the night cream. So really push into routines, or really get her from, maybe she uses Chanel foundation and we want her to discover as well that Chanel has a beautiful skincare range. And you, Thomas, Boss Bottled, I know you use it, but you always buy the 30 ml. So why is that so? You use it, we could push you in the 100 ml.
Yeah.
That's better value for money, and that's something that we could totally do to do format upgrades. So the solution that we developed together as a team is called Bond and Engage via CRM. And I think you've seen a little bit on how verified the use cases are. So basically, summing it up, it's a newsletter lead warming cycle built out of 4 touch points. The first touch point is that your wife would get that email saying, hey, your blue therapy serum is soon empty, you should buy it now again. Then, if she doesn't buy it again, we would give her more content about the product, really going into why is the serum important, why does it make your day cream penetrate even deeper into the skin afterwards. And then the third one would be really cross-selling into day care, night care, even cross-category. And then the fourth cycle point would be, but only if she hasn't bought in step 1 to 3, it would be to really give her some beauty points that she obviously loves and really uses a lot, or another final nudge like a coupon. So that's how it could look like. And the question is, what kind of reporting or insights could we then give to the brands afterwards?
So obviously, before someone buys that product, we can say how big is the audience, or how many people can we expect to be connected to that campaign, to be reached in that campaign. We can say how many of these people then also got engaged with that product, what's then also the cost per this engaged user. We can also see what's opening rates, click rates, and so on and so forth. I think something that is special for that as well is we can see that there's conversion rates going up in the online world, which is something really nice. We can see that sales go up. We can see that the interest in these products in general goes up, and also the whole cross-selling works really well. But something that most of our competitors, I would say, can't do is, as our card works online and offline, we can also identify that people go back to stores, buy that product.
Cool.
So we're not only using this more digital marketing channel, which is really empowering and enriching marketing channel due to all the content, to drive people to the online world, but also to the offline world. And we are connecting the dots in between, and we see great results in both channels from the tests we did. So looking forward to more.
That's cool. So basically, the solution is possible to do in almost all European countries. The only one which we're still setting up is France. As you can see, it's pay for performance, as always in retail media. This one is the cost per engaged user, and I want to just quickly comment on that one, because I think it's a really fair metric and KPI in this case, because usually when we pay for a click, you don't really know. I mean, clicks can also be fraud, it can be bot traffic, you never know, right? Especially when it's offsite. In this case, it's really a verified user, which you can touch in his inbox, one of the most private places somehow. And therefore, cost per engaged user in this case means openness of the newsletters, and it's really cost efficient. So overall, we see very good conversion rates in the test that we did. We have already Shiseido testing the solution with us next to some other big beauty brands. So opening rates also, we expect them to double compared to normal emails. So I think we both can say CRM has the power to engage your audience.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, and this is a great new product to engage even better.
Yeah, so if you have any interest in that, just reach out to us. Not everyone can book it. It's not nationwide, I would say, so only selected partners. So yeah, just give us a call. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas, for being here.
Thank you.